What is good, squad? So today I'm gonna take you on a journey of me repotting some of my trees back here. So stick with me, squad. Let's get into it. What's good, squad? So I interrupted this video because I have not yet seen any comments on people who may want the burr tool that we did the review on. So you still have a chance to win this tool. Just go to that video. It's the last video that we recorded, or the week before last. It's one of those. It's the burr roll tool that we reviewed. Comment why you should win that tool, and I will be picking a winner. That giveaway will end September 4th. So again, that giveaway will end September 4th. And the reason why I'm ending that September 4th, because I got to get my other giveaway going, and that's going to be 5,000 subscribers that we have gotten. So come September 4th, I will end that the burr roller giveaway, and I will be starting the giveaway for the 5,000 subscribers. I'm not going to do them both at the same time. Now, of course, if you win the burr roller, you cannot win the giveaway for the 5,000 subscribers. So, once again, squad, go and leave a comment on the burr roller tool and tell me why you should win it, and I will be picking one of you guys to win that. And then on September 4th, that giveaway will end, and I will announce what we're giving away for the 5,000 subscribers. So squad, thank you so much. This channel has grown faster than I can ever imagine, but it's all to you all. If you have anything that you would like for me to review, anything that you would like for me to do a video on, just let me know down in the comments. Now, back to our scheduled program.
Welcome to Lester's G2R. Yeah, Lester's G2R. From the seed to the harvest, let's grow. Yeah, step in the.
So we're gonna start with some of our own homemade compost. This compost is gonna hold water a little better. This compost is gonna hold water a little bit better and allow things to work with this tree. Hopefully the nutrients and everything that's in this compost can kickstart this tree and bring it back to life. So we're gonna get, all right, we'll get that wheelbarrow there. Move that there. Alrighty. So we won't be doing any fertilizer. This compost should have enough nutrients in it. So I'm gonna break these roots up a little bit. Know that is a bad idea. But I gotta do something. To get this bad boy back in good standings with us. And that's pretty much all we're gonna be doing today. And I'm just gonna get some wood chips out of the rows to cover it up, to cover our soil up. Squad, I told you you'll be seeing this hose reel. We're gonna get this watered nice and good. So my plan is to completely move away from the fabric bags, and I'm just gonna go with hard pots. And the reason that I'm choosing to just go with hard pots is because the hard pots will stay moist longer. All right, so we are going to, that one is good. Now some of my pots, they're good. I'm just gonna so like this is good. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prune this down. So I'm gonna get some shears. All right, so with this, I'm just gonna trim it because most of this is dead. So we're gonna just trim it down and then go from there. That way it's not stealing energy from our other plants. And how you can tell if something is dead, you can scratch away the bark. If it's not green, or if it just snaps like that, then it's dead. That portion of it is dead. So yeah, all the internals on here is all dried up. So, and you see how that's just brutally breaking away. So all of this is dead. So we're just gonna trim all this away. I'm also gonna repot this with compost as well. And the reason why I'm doing this one is, for one, this soil is soaked. So we are also gonna put this in a bigger pot. So I'm starting to think that this plant's issue was not the issue to that plant. I don't think that it was due to stress. I'm starting to think that that issue was due to overwatering. So we're gonna use all compost to fill these up. Don't worry, the soil that I'm taking out, I am gonna reuse that. I'm actually gonna mix it with our compost. I'm actually gonna mix it with our compost. So I'm gonna do a light watering on this one. I'm not gonna overdo the watering on this, and the reason is I don't want to re-drown those roots. So we're gonna grab some of the mulch out our pathways and cover it. That I need that to go in a bucket. And yes, I am picking and choosing what I want to go in buckets versus what I want to go in other things. Eventually I will repot the ones that's in smaller containers. So this compost here is just leaves, mostly leaves and grass, which should give us all the nitrogen we need and things like that. Now this is a raspberry bush here, so I am going to be careful with that. Yeah, I'm going to be careful with it because it has thorns. So I do not want to get poked and stuck and prodded today. Yeah, most people sift out their compost. I don't, because the stuff that has not yet fully broken down, it will eventually break down. Yeah, and if you watch my video, one of my earlier videos, I explain what these are, which they're only plant clips to hold plants up. They are reusable. And I am going to trim away on the dead and dying leaves, because it doesn't make sense to have that blocking sunlight from, and for it to use energy that my plant already don't have. And I bet you're wondering, Jason, this is something that should have been done. Yes, it is. But
But between fighting YouTube on my monetization and everything else that I got going on, now is the time that I have to do it, which I really don't have the time to do it now, but I'm just choosing to do it now. I see where it's trying to produce fruit, and I'm clipping those. And I'm clipping this because here it's dead up here. So everything that's dead and dying, I am doing away with it. That way it has the energy to do what it needs to do in order to get where it needs to go. All right. This wood chips cover our dirt up so our microbial life can survive. We're gonna water that. This is a kiwi plant here. So it is trying to bloom back and come back. So we're gonna help it out with some compost. I know this plant here has been struggling since I had it. Cause when I actually got this plant here, when I first got this plant, that's when we had a lot of rain. So this plant has seriously been struggling with keeping up here in our climate. But everything is still green, meaning this bad boy is still alive. And there are blooms on here. So I'm not gonna add water to that because that soil is already moist enough up where the roots are. So we're just gonna add a little mulch and set it back to the back. All right, squad. I am trying to get all of this filmed, but my camera keeps running hot. So we're gonna go ahead and start working on this tree here, getting it repotted. We're gonna use the soil that we took out of these other pots. Uh, So I am gonna use a little bit of compost. And that's to help feed the roots. But it's mainly gonna be this soil that we got out of the other pots. All right, so underneath all of this, I do have grass. So I do have grass that's underneath in those containers first. Uh, so it's just grass that I cut. Yeah, it's just grass that I cut. So it's gonna help provide some nitrogen to these trees. Once again, the compost is just to help feed everything. And then we're gonna use this soil to fill it off. Now we did break the roots to allow them to start a new path. All right, squad. So we got one more tree. Once again, this does have grass in it, which would help out with the nutrients, with the nitrogen. And we are gonna break up these roots as well. And we are going to add compost. All right, squad, this is day 2 of repotting plants. So right now, I'm actually just watering my trees that we repotted on yesterday. And I actually started working before I set up the camera to record. So we up-potted these trees yesterday, which was one video. It was all one video. We're still working the same video, squad. So you seen what we did. But I'm just watering and grabbing mulch off the ground to cover that soil. And the reason why I'm not worried about grabbing the mulch that's over here on the ground is because we're gonna remulch all of this. Yeah, so the reason why I'm not worried about grabbing the mulch off the ground, because all of this is gonna be remulched. So instead of just getting a wheelbarrow and bringing new mulch back, I'm gonna use what's already down here, and then I'll replace it when it's time to remulch everything else. I think that's easier to do than dragging a wheelbarrow back here as of right now. So we're gonna go with what's easier and the smartest thing to do, which is to use this. All right. So that is done. That's watered. That's done. So now we're gonna pot up. So now we're gonna pot up the figs. We're gonna put them. We are going to put the figs in the pots that the trees came out of. So and I bet you wondering, am I stressing these plants out? Yes, I am. But I'd rather go ahead and do it now and get it over with. So, and we are using compost that we made to pot for the soil. And the reason why we're potting up the figs is because I feel like these pots are too small. So we're gonna put a little more in there. And I'm doing this again because I got a lot of work to do out here in the garden. And I want to get as much of it done as possible for the winter months. That way a lot of this will be done and we don't have to worry about it come springtime of next year. So I rather go ahead and get everything done now. So springtime next year, we don't have to worry about anything. The garden will be remulched, refertilized, topped off with compost. I think that'll be best. So yeah, and I think this will be the last one that we're gonna do. Everything else will stay in its pots until we get some more leaves producing on those other plants. So these figs are the last thing that we will be potting up. Now those 4x2 beds, we're gonna put them over here with our strawberries. So we're gonna pull those beds up that our strawberry plants is. That's gonna allow our strawberries to have a lot more room to grow their roots out. So that is something else that we're gonna do, but we won't be doing that today. And the reason why we won't be doing it today is because I gotta order the soil that will be going in the rows and that will be going in the new beds that we are putting up. I knew that I had enough compost to do this here, so I decided to go ahead and get this out of the way. So that's what we're gonna do with this compost. And then when we get our truck of compost dumped, which that's gonna be after we get everything mulched, all the beds mulched, that's when we're gonna get the other compost delivered. So, but as you can see, these bad boys are getting root bound in there, so we're gonna break up these roots a little bit. Yes, once again, I am stressing these plants out more than what they already are stressed out. Feel like they have already adapted to the new location. So I'm able to apply some more stress to them. So that's what we're gonna do. Apply more stress to get these bad boys potted up. One less thing we're gonna have to worry about next year. All right. So this fig is done. I'm gonna grab some mulch to cover that up. All right, squad. The last thing that I wanted to do is get these herb plants pruned. So with the basil, what I am doing is cutting these off at a node. And the reason is because right in here, those are gonna grow a new node. So and I'm gonna get all this dead stuff trimmed off of these, so we're not doing any wasted energy. So that's done. One last thing that I want to do, so this is from one of, I think this is from the golden raspberry, and this bad boy is still alive. But it doesn't look like that stem is. So that is dead. Well, no, it's all dead. So, alrighty. Now these over here, I'm gonna prune these down as well. I'm gonna prune these down. Fortunately, I can't get you any closer because the camera is constantly getting hot. These here, I'm gonna prune down as well. Unfortunately, I can't get you any closer. The camera is getting too hot, so I'm gonna let you stay over there, squad. I don't want to cut too much off. Just want to cut it down to give it a chance to come back to us. All right, so far, squad, this is our new location for our compost bins. We got our trees repotted. We got our figs repotted. We trimmed most of our trees up. So hopefully they do a whole lot better for us. But for the most part, we got everything that we wanted to repotted. We gotta work fast and get this in the ground. I might reseed all of that. I might reseed it all. And the reason is, with everything else, like the de-weeding of the garden, which we're not done with that video as of yet. It's been entirely too hot. But I will be done with that this weekend. And that video will be ready. That should be the video you see before this one. But yeah, all the de-weeding will be done, the video before this one. But yeah, for the most part, this is what we got so far. These are the beds that I said we're gonna replace over there with our strawberry. So those beds over there in the strawberry area, those are all gonna come up. And we're putting these down instead of those. But squad, I do thank you. I thank you for rocking with me on another episode, another video. I know there was no teaching. It's just me showing you how I prep everything and get everything ready for next year. Well, no, I'm sorry. This is most of this has been the extension and just adapting to the growth of the garden. But I do thank you once again for rocking with us. Till we meet again. Deuces.
This is Lester's G to R. Subscribe, join the family, and let's grow together from seed to harvest every season.